financial literacy, personal development, as well as education. Welcome to my YouTube channel. To my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing, and also to fam, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is a will. What is a will? As in like in law term, what is a will? So sizobe sikhuluma ngako, and we are going to explain what is a will, what is important, why is it important to do a will, for a person to have a will, how can you draw up a will, who can draw up a will, and what are the benefits of having a will. Let's just cut into it and explain what is a will. A will, it is a document in which a person sets out what must happen into their estate once they are gone. So a will, it is something that someone explains what happens to their estate when they are gone, when they die, when they are no longer here. So umuntu uyakwazi ukuthi ayikhethele ukuthi ngifuna ukuthi kube ubani ozokwazi ukuthi administrate indaba zami zama personal possessions as well as assets ukuthi ubani okutholayo mangabe sengihambile. So why is it important for someone to draw up a will? It is very important to draw up a will because you only have a word on your personal possessions and your assets while you are here, while you are alive. Once you are gone, you no longer have a word. Anything can happen. So this is somehow something that you can do to take care of your loved ones when you are no longer here. It's funny how we're all about our families, how we love our families, we talk about them, we can do anything about them. But while we are here, but we don't think about what will happen to them when they are no longer here. This is something that has affected so many families, most importantly our African families, because we don't talk about these things. We don't talk about what will happen once you are gone, when you finish on your personal possessions. So it is very important because this is drawing up a will is it kind of gives you and shows you that your family is well taken care of when you are no longer here. The other way, some people are very spiritual. I mean, I'm happy because in creates, you know, and later you want to be ignorant. You end up don't do the necessary things that you have to do, you know. You're not drawing up a will on your assets, you're not saying anything to your family when you are no longer here. And this causes a conflict when you are no longer here. And a will, another word for a will, it's a testament. So it leaves you with something when Jesus, because you're going to be spiritual about this and say, we're not will quit, or you're not going to die there. So it's a testament. Jesus shared the Bible and he said he gives us peace. It gives us peace that surpasses all human understanding. So now why because you know we can see these things what's going to happen to my family, you know, once I'm no longer here. And all but we don't do these things, we just think it's going to happen automatically. So this kind of ensures that your loved ones, your assets and your position and your personal possessions are divided the way that you would like them to when you are no longer here. So that's why it is very important to draw up a will. Then who can draw up a will? Who can draw up a will? Anyone who has a sound mind and over the age of 18 can draw up a will. And how can you draw up a will? How can a person draw up a will? Okay, so you can use, there are so many the online and offline documents that you can use, or resources that you can use to draw up a will. So you can use the online, you can download online forms to draw up a will, or you can get a lawyer to assist you when drawing up a will. So it is very important. It doesn't even take that long to draw the will because it's a form. So it tells you what is requested. So number 2, it is very important to include language that is necessary. What does that mean? It means you have to use the language that is going to make a will valid and be recognized by the law. That has to be valid. So that means you have number 1 to choose guidance for your children. That is, if you have children under the age of 18, so you have to choose guidance for your children. That must be included in your will. So people that will take care of your family and of your children and be responsible for them in any way. Number two, you have to list your assets. List your assets. How do you list your assets? You list your assets, your financial assets, your retirement funds, your investment, your bankings. So you list all those things. You also list your physical property. That is like your homes, your vehicles, even your heirlooms. Kwezinye indawo uthola ukuthi uyinkosi or usemkhosini, you have to write those things down, ukuthi ubukhosi buzothatha ubani and all that. So in the documents you should be specific. For example, it should state clearly in the document that this is your last will and your testament. And also it must include your full name, and so it's clear that the document belongs to you. And it also states that you are of a sound mind and you are not under any pressure. And you have to choose who will get each of your assets. So how do you choose who will get each of your assets? You write down the beneficiary's name, as the names as they appear on their ID. And also you have to be specific, of your belongings when you of your assets, who you want to take what. You have to be specific on your will and on your properties, on your investment, and who is in charge. Make sure that when you are using your beneficiaries, make sure that on your investments and other things, or your banking, make sure that when you're writing a will on that or on those things, the names that are on the will are the names that are appearing at the bank. So you cannot, if you are writing a different name from the will, you have to go and change it as well from your investments, from your retirement funds. You have to change your names because it has to match, so that you will not have the people that you love will not have a problem when it's time. So also, once all that is done, you have to choose what we call a residuary beneficiary. A residuary beneficiary is it's when you are dividing your leftovers. Imali lesele, once everything is divided to everyone. So imali lesele, you decide to go, okay, le mali okusalayo from my assets or from my investments, ngikunikeza usibani. It can be anyone. It can be ingane kamakhelwane, ingane kamzala, cousin, anyone. So you decide, okay, le mali le esele, after dividing everything, all of my assets, ngizokunikeza usibani. It can even be a charity. You can give it to charities. So that's what we call a residuary beneficiary. Also, you have to choose who is going to administrate all this once when you are gone. You can choose to be a lawyer, or you can choose anyone, nominate anyone that you trust. Or no, so you can do it with your family. You can choose who or nominate someone that will handle or administrate your probate process, you know. So it is very important that you choose someone that you trust and someone that you know is going to be able to administrate this very well, the way that you will wish it happens. So you can choose a lawyer, or you can choose one of your families that you trust, or anyone that you trust. Lastly, you have to print and sign print out and sign your will, and make sure that you have witnesses, at least 2 of them. Alright, it can be your colleague, your roommate, anyone, you know. So you have to sign your will in front of your witnesses. The last one, you have to keep your will safe, you know. Make your loved ones or your family know where you place the will, so this thing it can be easily accessible in times of need. Alright. So, but there are instances where you cannot just do a will on your own. You have to have a lawyer. You know, some instances where you have where you have complicated family dynamics. For example, blended family. Like no auntie, no goga, very close. Those people, they all get ubashiye kanjalo, like mhlawumbe family business or something, nalezi zinto zobukhosi. So leyo nto leyo idinga ukuthi ube nelawyer. You cannot just draw up a will on your own. And also maybe if you want to disinherit someone, like your wife or your child, you know, mhlawumbe umuntu usebenzisa alcohol, and you know they're not going to be able to take care of your businesses or your personal possessions, or you have businesses, or you have properties, or if you have a lot of properties or a lot of businesses, so you need a lawyer. You cannot just do that on your own. So what are the benefits, or if you think it might, if you if you write it on your own, you think that it might lead them taking each other to court, you know, if you think that it might create a conflict within your family, so you have to do it with a lawyer. So what are the benefits? What are the benefits of making a will? Why must someone make a will? So it is, like I mentioned earlier, it's like you are taking care of your family when you are no longer here, you know. So you are leaving your family in peace and in good harmony. So it also saves time, money, and stress for your loved ones. It determines who will manage your estate, and also you can decide who takes your assets and who doesn't while you are here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, or if you want to add something, please add on the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you.